Real man of women's sports.
Today, we recognize the men who've hacked the system.
Hack the system.
Hello friends, in today's video, we're going to look at a number of ads people have made about Bud Light. I would say parody or whether sarcastic or and also the real men of genius ads. We're going to check out some of those as well. Now, this first one here is an ad about Bud Light being shot at. What kind of weapon is this? Because I'm not the best at this thing. Okay, the war on Bud Light. So whichever weapon this is, you guys will comment below. Let me know because this group here is hilarious. Take a listen to this, guys. Stocking up all these Bud Lights. Looks what's gonna happen. Oh no. Yeah, what kind of weapon is that? Wow. Yo. Oh my goodness. That is horrible. Bud Light is in a bad. They're not doing good at all. Yeah, nobody feels sorry for them anymore. Now, have you heard of the Real Man of Genius, Real Man of Genius songs that Bud Light used to use to actually promote their commercial? They have a number of commercials with this title. Well, a lot of people are using the same song to respond. Ron DeSantis has one. I just found another one. Bud Light Mr. Bugs Zapper Inventor has one. We have another guy here. We have one more to close it. So let's have a little bit of fun with these commercials. Let's see what these people are saying. So first of all, let's listen to the ones from Bud Light. And this was like in 1990 something, 1999. So this is an oldie. Let's take a listen to how they used to promote their beer, but in comparison to what they're doing now.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Silent Killer Gas Passer.
Silent Killer Gas Passer.
Last night you had the enchilada combo platter. This morning, the 3-cheese omelet with broccoli. This afternoon, you're a ticking time bomb. Because of you, a simple elevator ride is suddenly a 42-floor plummet into the very bowels of hell. Who did it? Who cares? Sweet mercy,
Oh my goodness.
please.
That's funny. That's when Bud Light wasn't woke. They used to just be funny. You know, anyway, they done lost it today. DEI, diversity, equality, and inclusion. That's a cancer. It kills everything.
Who did it? Who cares? Sweet mercy, please just someone light a match. So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh ninja of the nasty. And while you're at it, crack open a window.
Gas Passer. Oh, Mr. Silent Killer Gas Passer. That is a good one. That is a good one. Well, people are reacting and using the same theme. So, Real Men of Genius women's sports commercial with caption. This is Ron DeSantis, by the way, in his administration, should I say. His office actually ran this one. Take a listen to that.
Team DeSantis presents.
Real man of women's sports.
Today, we recognize the men who've hacked the system.
Hack the system.
Once mediocre in the men's division, now cream of the crop in the women's.
Yeah.
From mediocre to champion.
You couldn't cut it with the boys, so you pushed women off the podium.
Real man still first place.
Because without you, sports would be fair. Without you, women's sports would be for, well, women.
Exactly. Exactly. Of course. But, you know, as a result, you can't say anything about that. Even the women are afraid of talking against this. And y'all know this is wrong. Y'all can justify it all you want. You know you don't belong in these women's sports. But, hey. Another one.
Bud Light.
All right, this one here is coming from Bud Light Mr. Bugs Zapper Inventor. So let's take a listen.
Presents
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
So this is actually 14 years ago. So this is an oldie as well. So I guess this is an original from Bud Light also. Okay.
4th of July, we salute you, Mr. Backyard Bug Zapper Inventor.
Mr. Backyard Bug Zapper Inventor.
Not content to harmlessly repel insects with lotion, you discovered a way to fry them with electricity until their bodies explode.
Zap-kaboom.
Ah, the sounds of summer. Crickets chirping, birds singing, the blood-curdling scream of a moth having 700 volts of electricity shoot through its body.
Music to my ears.
Every night, a magical explosion of exoskeleton and insect goo that can only mean one thing. Summer's here.
Die, bugs, die.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, Mr. June Bug Blaster, then sit back and watch the fireworks.
Mr. Backyard Bug Zapper Inventor.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, Cartersville, Georgia.
Wow. That's funny. Here is another one from New Bud Light ad. This is called New Bud Light ad. The YouTube channel is Big Daddy Rich. Make sure you go check them out as well. Okay.
Freaking litter bugs.
Bud Light presents Real Women with a Penis.
Oh, stop.
Real women with a penis. Today we salute you, Mr. I dress like a woman, but I'm a man guy. Mr. I dress like a woman, but I'm a man guy. More than any Adam's apple or XY chromosome
Oh, my Lord.
ever could.
This is ridiculous.
Your bearded penis says, hey guys, I'm a woman. What is Bud Light thinking? You think
I don't know
it
what they're
looks
thinking.
Natural, and after countless plastic surgeries and 5 gallons of makeup, it
He said countless of plastic surgeries, 5 gallons of makeup.
What is Bud Light thinking? Well, you think it looks natural, and after countless plastic surgeries and 5 gallons of makeup, it does. I look at you. After this transformation, you'll be better than all other women in swimming and fighting. You can even pee standing up. I just look at her go.
Oh, my Lord.
So crack
That's
open an ice cold Bud Light, Miss Harriness in a dress, and then crack open another for that thing between your legs.
Who the get rid of that. It's funny, yo. Oh, that's a good one. I love it. I love it. You know, I love the thoughtfulness that's behind some of these commercials as well. It's just that it's not a good time to touch Bud Light, by the way. I don't drink. I wouldn't want to be the guy in a bar who goes and get one of those. It makes you look horrible. Anyway, there's one more. There's one last one. Okay, this is Real Men of Genius. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. Let's look at that one, see where this one is going. I haven't seen this one either. All right.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Hold on. Real Them of Genius.
Real them of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Mrs. Transgender Spokesperson.
Sir, see yourself.
Nothing.
I gotta tell you what, the person that shall not be named, the person on our screen here, well, they're getting the attention they wanted, right? Them getting the attention they wanted. Them wanted to be famous. Them wanted to. I sound like a Jamaican. Them. Anyway, this is what you get. You wanted to be famous. You wanted to be noticed. You wanted to be heard. You wanted to be seen. You get it, and that also puts you at a serious risk to be made fun of. You can't avoid both. You can't want to. It's one thing you want to be big and not wanting people to talk about you. It's just part of your fame. Just welcome to the club of being famous.
Transgender Spokesperson.
Sir, see yourself.
Nothing says football, steaks, and beer like a man in a girl's dress.
Saying the tight end.
Yeah.
What we want to know when we are all watching the big game is what is that quarterback's pronouns? We like to be inclusive.
Yeah, you gotta be inclusive.
So crack open a cold Bud Light, transgender.
I've heard this, Anheuser-Busch and, Bud Light Company said that it was only one can. And this was done by an outside agency, ad agency. This wasn't something that the entire Bud Light Company knew about. Whether that is true or not, I don't personally know. All that I know is whoever allowed this to happen is costing them big time. Sorry.
So crack open a cold Bud Light, transgender spokesperson. Because when we look at that cold can, we feel diverse as hell. This transgender spokesperson. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
I think this was great. I wanted to do this just to give a little bit of attention to. Bud Light is the gift that keeps on giving. It just never gets old with them. And considering the nature of this stuff, I don't think Bud Light is going to recover for this for the rest of their lives. Like, it's over. Like, they might still be in business, but I think the Generation X is going to have to pass. And they have to wait for Gen Z to grow up and buy onto the deal. But I don't know how Bud Light is going to recover from this, because they are losing big time. Their numbers are horrible. 26% down. The other beers, Miller Lite and Coors Light, are now rising in sale, and Bud Light is losing tremendous amount of money. I've heard lately it's been $8-something billion in lost. That is not good. that is bad for business. And I'll tell you what, you don't have to be like, why do these business, and that was my questions, which I did find out some answers. Why are these businesses doing this? Like, what made them feel signing on to this DEI, diversity, equality, and inclusion nonsense is good for them? Like, I don't know who has them in a headlock, making them feel that they have to do this. And I did do some research. I found that there's a whole system. George Soros, that's a name we need to pay attention to. George Soros is backing some of this stuff, and he's pushing this ideology. But again, it's hurting businesses. It's hurting them. I don't think some of them really care about this, but it seems like they feel like they have to say something. They have to do something, because, if you do not support, if you do not do something, it's just that you're gonna fall in the camp of the transphobe camp, and that's bad for business. But I'll tell you what, it's backfiring, and I think what's happening to Bud Light should be a warning for every other business that are still pushing this stuff. That people are not gonna put up with this stuff forever. The thing is, it's just that there is a time when you're going to reap what you sow. You have to know your customers. You have to be aware of the decisions you're making in business. The stuff that's been working, just keep on doing the things that's working. And I think these businesses, is like they're putting a knee on their neck. I hate to use this analogy in this way, but it's true. They're allowing the diversity, equality, and inclusion theology. They're putting a knee on their neck, and it's causing them to lose it. And they have to make up their minds. Are you going to serve two masters? Are you going to keep on bowing to the bow? Are you going to choose your customers? Or are you going to go along with these new movements? And that's a choice each one of them going to have to make. There are a lot of good counsels in the Bible about business. And I'll tell you what, even if companies will just pay attention to the way that they run business, God will actually bless them. Now, in Psalm 112, there is a nice counsel here about business and doing things fairly and what will happen as a result. Now, this is a counsel about business. Now, let me blow it up a little bit for you so I can show you what I mean here. It says, "It is well with the man who deals generously and lends, who conducts with a fair with justice." There's a lot in here. The point is that there is a blessing that comes to those in business. This is a very business-centered passage. When you deal generously, so you are fair, you are a giver in your business, but in that process, you're willing to lend in the hope of helping others. You conduct your affair with fairness and with justice. And I think these companies have lost this idea of being fair. It's not fair when you are placing a person who a woman face. It's not fair to women. It's not fair to men. It's not even fair to the idea of drinking beer, which I don't even care for, but it's not even a good representation. It's just bad for business. And I think if businesses will think about that before they make their decisions and choose to say, you know what, I'm not identifying with either camp. And I think what's going on today, we are at a crossroads. Businesses, politicians, church people, no matter who you are, we're being brought to a decision here. We're being brought to a decision where we have to choose whether or not we're going to stand for sanity, truth, biology, righteousness, goodness, or are we going to go with insanity, wickedness, confusion, DEI, left became right, down became up, upside down culture, cuckoo for cocoa puff culture. Like, what are we going to go for? And I think the decision is left to every single one of us. We're coming down to a point where we're either going to choose God or Baal. I can preach all day about Baal. Don't get me started. And we're coming down to that. And I think even in business, we're seeing this decision is being made. But I'll tell you what, these commercials were great. I think the Ron DeSantis commercial is definitely a doozy. Anyway, friends, thank you for listening. This was a great one. Like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more. Appreciate you for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.